do have one member down. He's taking the night off to kind of recruit himself, which, we kind of overtax ourselves from day to day. But we still, nevertheless, have a good show with you. And as always, we have Mikey and Rob joined us tonight.
I'm playing Mortal Kombat, y'all.
Mordhau is life.
And I'm currently practicing my Soul Calibur for a tournament on Sunday.
He can practice all he wants.
Yeah, I just gotta get the feel back, man. I'm playing without audio, so I just gotta remember the combos, and I actually gotta look up the combos because you got changed. But as always, in our first little run of the show, we always have our hyper jump with Mike.
Traveling through hyperspace ain't like dusting crops, boy.
All right. So, a couple of items for really good discussion this week. Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool himself, has released Detective Pikachu online, so be sure to go check that out. Gigapets are making a comeback. I'm not exactly sure when they're slated for because I didn't read too much in the article, but if you really like your virtual pets, that is one of the originals from the 1990s, early 2000s. So be sure to check that out too. Last week, I was talking about a Magic the Gathering pro player who was being disqualified from the tournament. His name is Yuyu Watanabe, and he is now banned from Major League Pro Play for 3 years, or 30 months. 30 months.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it for marking his cards. Right now, there's a big discussion going on whether he marked them or whether the judges were marking them as a vendetta, so we'll have to see how that goes. Last little bit of news is if you saw the state of play, there are many, many games coming out, but my favorite, Monster Hunter, is getting a DLC in September 6th, I believe it said, if not the 9th. But there's a dead guy on the floor here. You okay, buddy? Hey. Okay. Well, he's dead, and we're gonna move on. And that's your hyper jump.
Well, yeah, this week I actually have a full list of little short topics here. Let me get that for Rob so he would have it. But touch on what Mike said about the state of play with PlayStation. There was actually a couple of reveals. Most of them are AAA. Was anybody able to watch most of it?
I've caught the trailers, but nothing else.
Okay.
Like, I didn't get, like, the droning on and stuff like that. I just watched trailers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I didn't see the actual state of play. I was in the tournament, but I went back and saw like the individual individual trailers, I guess you would call them.
Okay.
Robert.
Nope.
Well,
It's not Mordhau related.
well, they're remaking, or they're making another medieval, right? What's that game
They're
called?
making them. Final Fantasy?
No, the medieval, the guy that you're a skeleton.
Oh, Medieval, yeah. Which was a really campy game. Like, it was fun, it was difficult, but it was nice and fun
Mm-hmm.
game.
They're making one of those. They did a trailer for Final Fantasy, and people are complaining about it
Why are they complaining?
because it's Final Fantasy.
Well, I
And
mean,
it's not here yet.
Yeah, and it's like what, 3-4 years?
I think 5. Because wasn't it part of the... what was it? 2014 E3?
their MMO was doing so well. I think that they kind of piggybacked on that, didn't they?
Oh, yeah.
They were releasing a lot of content for it. I know I had a roommate that was absolutely like addicted.
I haven't played it since 10, so there you go. And that was when it came out. But the one thing they're making a Predator movie now or a game?
Yep, it's gonna be on the likes of Evolve and all that.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Evolve, Friday the 13th, that goodness.
Yeah, that's the first thing I saw when I saw the little teaser trailer. I was like, this looks like Evolve, and that didn't do so well.
Not in the late game. Early game, it was pretty popular, but then it dropped off heavily because they kind of lost track of how the game was.
Well, and they never added any freaking real content. It was all just spongy reworks of the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not only that, but like they got one monster that was like OP, and they didn't patch him.
Nope.
Cthulhu.
Fucking hated Cthulhu. Literally, that's what made me quit that game. Legitimately.
What's the other games that you were talking about?
Ghost Recon.
That wasn't on the bill. That was on the same.
No.
Individual.
Was it? Okay,
yeah.
well, never mind.
That was Ubisoft's thing. So we'll get to that in a second because that's my kind of jam stuff.
Yeah, man. I love Ghost Recon.
Oh man, it's right there. There is like another survival thing, wasn't there?
Got me. Been slacking.
Predator, Medieval, Final Fantasy VII, Away, the survival series. Oh yeah, you're like a little rat or what is those little things? Sugar babies?
Sugar bats?
Sugar.
Oh no, Sugar Gliders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's interesting.
Oh, the John Wick game. Wasn't that on there?
No, that's individual.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and Monster Hunter World Iceborne was
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and some river bond thing. It looks like a block thing again.
Oh, that voxel art game.
Yeah.
So, overall, will you say, are you unimpressed?
It was more impressive than just the VR one.
Well, the VR seemed like they were trying to like get out indie stuff and VR ahead, but this one teaser trailer for Predator not so well. Medieval is like one of those old games, nostalgia, and then what else? The Final Fantasy. Who cares? I'm gonna get flamed for that.
Yeah, it's done and over with by this point. It's like you've taken so damn long dragging your feet with Final Fantasy. Why would we even care? I mean, you took away turn-based combat.
Leave your comments and opinions below.
Yeah.
Don't at me, bro.
You can at me all day. I don't give a fuck.
Not me. I got shit to do.
Yeah, more combat things.
Shut up.
Yeah, so the, I mean, for the VR side, did they show the, Valve Index?
Are you talking about the state of play?
Yeah.
No, that was
No.
like the first one like a month ago or something. There was, like the first thing they opened with was Iron Man VR, and it looked like a bad arcade game.
Yeah. Well, and that's so that's a little more campy. That's the PSVR, right?
Yeah. But it's also it's a rail VR. It's not free flowing.
The Valve and stuff and all that you'll see at E3, which is next month.
Can't wait. Dude, it's so cool, you guys. It's really game changing. When I felt those controllers, it's so much more natural.
What the
Throwing things, you really have to kind of like put a twist on it to get it to go kind of in a natural way. These controllers, you could just throw it like you're throwing a fucking baseball.
Mm.
Yeah, was it that one game that you showed us in the thing that looked pretty cool? That one was wanting me to go get a VR.
Yeah, that's not out yet. God, what's that game called? Let me see.
I'll be honest, I have no interest in VR.
I didn't until my little brother got it, and I really wanted to kind of see what the hype was. So I got a deal on the Rift, and then I was like, this is fucking the tits. And then I just started buying extra shit for it. It is fun.
I don't know. VR's just never been a gaming platform that interests me. Y'all can have it. It's just not in my neck of the woods.
I don't think anything's in your neck of the woods.
Shut your oh
Except
oh
woods.
we're gonna go rated R really quick.
Well, you're complaining about the Pokemon cards not being there, so
This is how tonight's gonna go. I'm gonna turn full redneck on y'all.
I thought you guys are hillbillies. Rednecks are down here.
No, you got hillbillies. We're
you got
rednecks.
Cowboys.
We don't got hillbillies. We ain't got no hills. It's all plains.
Prairie dogs. That's what you got. Bogies. You long little doggies. There you go. I got a train.
I'm gonna feature all that.
But what was the other one? The John Wick game? Yeah, that looks pretty fun.
Legit.
And it's supposed to be on PC as well.
Yep.
It's all platforms. And I like the art style they went through.
And you know what? At first I was like, I think that's a missed opportunity. But then I think back, and there are so few games that are movie adaptations that are done well.
Punisher.
Ugh.
Wolverine.
The Wolverine was a fun game.
It was. I enjoyed the fact that you can put in the Wolverine movie into your game system and it would work.
Uh.
I think it was the Xbox that did that.
Yep.
So,
But
question:
yeah, go ahead.
What are we playing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We kind of just went into the whole like. I just kept on going with when he was talking about the Monster Hunter because that's what he was playing.
Yeah.
Actually, right now I'm playing Apex.
Oh, you are?
Yep.
I forgot about that game.
Everybody did. Well, fine. You fuckers don't want this fucking Peacekeeper. I'll take it.
All right, go ahead, Rob. I know you want to get your little game.
It is not little, sir. This thing is taken over. First off, it is everything we've been asking for in terms of an updated chivalry. And it still leaves enough. It's like this perfect blend of...
Is that that one that I see that everybody catching the arrows and using it as like a weapon?
Oh, where they're deflecting the arrows?
No, like I see people like midair catching the arrows and stabbing people with it.
No, I haven't seen that. Oh, you mean in Chivalry? Yeah, I think you can do that in Chivalry. I don't remember. Man, it's been so long since I played it. I played it when I was younger. The thing that was the fucking meta in Chivalry back then was using the Claymore, and then you would turn around, swing it behind your back, and it was impossible to fucking block, and it would slice right through you and one hit kill you. Bullshit ass move. So luckily,
That's what made you quit chivalry too.
no, you get over it. I just see somebody with a big fucking sword, and then I throw a spear at him. I was like, I'm having none of your shit. I'm not dueling you. But no, but this kind of solves that, and it does it in such a good way. The combat is dynamic as hell. If somebody is swinging to my left, which is their right, and I match it, so I swing to my left. If our blades are timed, yeah, they'll collide and they'll slide. So you can either, depending on what you do, it's kind of like a rock paper scissors situation, but it doesn't pause. You have to do it timed in the moment, because if you miss the timing, whoever gets the better timing is going to get the hit. Or you can like dodge out of the way and then do another attack. Like a real common one is if somebody's doing a real wide swing, I can match it because I use a bastard sword and it tends to be faster. So I can match their hit, and then I've got dodge. So when I hit space and AS or D, it'll kind of like lunge me in that direction. So I can get behind him and like smack him in the back of the head.
Nice.
But and they got like, you can do parries and blocks, but it's really intuitive for the combat style. If you watch somebody playing it in first person, it really shows the detail that you have to go into. You can swing wild, but you're gonna get killed.
Go there, swing for the fence.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, it'll work sometimes if somebody's not paying attention or not wearing a helmet. But I mean, if you're smart, or if you're dumb like me and don't have one. But if you're smart in a big combat situation, I tend to do duels only with this character that I built. So it's kind of like Soul Calibur, where you can build the character to that detail. You can do that in this.
Oh, nice.
Every armor piece, and they all do different, like they have different stats to them and shit, and then the different details that don't really add to any stats, but like different tabards and styles of the armor, and instead of shoulder plates or like a neck guard, my guy has a wolf pelt around his neck, and you customize the way the character looks completely. So I love that portion, because that's a really important thing for me, is the customization of my character. And if you can change every piece of their clothing, down from the type of boots they wear to the accessories on the character, that's fucking right up my alley.
So how many
So-
hours have you put into it already?
Oh, I don't know, quite a few. Let me look.
So what you're saying, it is a chivalry quilt.
But better detailed.
Don't you start. It is a evolution. That's the most perfect way to say it. Is they took that game, because it is, don't get me wrong, it is that game, right? They took it and they said, let's improve every piece of it, but it's still that concept. It's just adapted, and they've got so many more. It's not just the way that they changed the mechanics. They added real content, not just maps and different pieces of armor and levels and styles and shit. They included gameplay styles. They got a battle royale. They have a team deathmatch and a deathmatch like normal. And then they got a battlefield mode, which is 60 players total. And you spawn and conquer the different areas, and it's really back and forth. And dude, the coolest shit I've seen is there's a couple clans out there where guys will actually get 30 people, and they literally go in. There's videos of them on Twitch and YouTube. I'll send it to you. But where they go in there and they'll have training sessions with each other, and like the head guy who's the Twitch streamer or whatever walks around and he's like, all right, you do yours, and then that guy does a move, and then there's two paired up next to him. He goes, okay, now you practice your parry or whatever the fuck it is.
So they
nice.
put some role playing into it.
Well, and it's actually working. These guys are drilling and learning the maneuvers, and because it does take a lot of effort and skill, because there's it's a mouse, so when you are sidestepping and going left, if you go too far left and don't anticipate that person's maneuver, you will fuck yourself and die, and it's hard.
So this isn't VR?
No, this isn't VR. This is.
So Rob's playing something that's not VR.
Oh, I sold my VR
Market.
headset, bro.
That's right, for a Switch.
Yeah. This is the game that convinced me to do it. Because I want the Valve Index, so I said, fuck it, I'll make some cash, put it towards the Index, That way, when it comes out, I can just pick it up.
I hear you.
Oh, they
Ah.
changed that? That's amazing now. No, you know how like like at the beginning when Soul Calibur 6 came out and everybody was just spamming the reversal edge, which is like
Yep.
Yeah.
and now every time you use it, it depletes your guard.
Oh,
Good.
sweet. That's what's up.
So there's a legit guard break in there if they do it too much, eh?
Yeah, like he just like I'm training and the computer did it, and I just didn't feed into it, and he went yellow.
Oh, nice.
I was like, yeah, that's because that's one thing I loved about some new people. They would try to like spam the crap out of that, and like one of Nightmare's moves, you can just mow right through it. But the one thing that sucks is that if they like catch your 6 BB, like your basically your spin drill, it would eat all of that up. I'm like, you little fuckheads. But his like crouching or his 6 AA will his like spinning horizontal slash will go right through it. That was weird.
Nice. Well, anyway, John, what are you playing?
Finally, my PlayStation for the first time in like a week. But yeah, I'm training right now. I signed up for a tournament this Sunday. I'm not sure how big it's going to be. It's a local tournament for Soul Calibur 6. And then there's another one June 9th. There's actually one Saturday across the bridge where I live. But I signed up for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Box tournament they were having at my locals. It was $25. You get 5 tournament packs, and first place gets a box of their choosing. So everybody's trying to go for the Dark Neosaur that just came out. That's a hell of a grab range. What the fuck, Astro? I didn't hit him with my sword doing a freaking my 6B, but he caught me with a grab. Same length away.
Oh, jeez.
But since last week, Tuesday and Thursday, I did a tournament. Thursday, I topped 8, and I wasn't even having a good night that night. I was stupid tired from work, so I was just playing like crazy. Last night, I topped 8, and I could have won my last game to go to top 4, but I misplayed and didn't realize what was on the board. So, but it's part of getting back into the game after 6 years of not playing it. So you gotta learn the meta, learn the cards you're playing and your opponent's playing.
Yeah.
But everybody's like knowing now that I'm a decent player. I mean, every week I go there play a tournament, and I'm thinking 5 tournaments already, and I've no lower than top 8.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, I got a pretty decent deck. There's been some people on the internet says the deck that I have is the cheapest meta deck you can buy, which is like three starter decks and a couple. Like, you can build a decent deck that I have for under $150 and be top 5 if you know how to play it. So I'm enjoying it. It's very fun. Tomorrow I got a friend that runs the same deck but not as good quality as mine. He's going to come over. We're going to practice before the tournament. I've actually paid for him to enter the tournament so he can play. But what was funny and ironic, I was telling the guys today, is that yesterday's tournament was $8 buy-in, and I got 4 packs. No, I got 6 packs from the Dark Neostorm, and I pulled a $16 card from one of those packs. So I was like, winning. And one of the guys that is actually moving out of town, wanted to see if he could beat me, and I ended up getting the best of him. So me and him I'm 3-1 against him, and he's very salty about it. But yeah, I'm liking the environment because it is one of those like going out, meeting people, interacting with people, and just having a good time. I mean, as soon as like my first day there, everybody was like, "Hey, you know, how's it going?" You know, being real nice and friendly, and I miss that kind of like thing. And like I even like first couple of times I played, I was like, "Look, it's been like 6 years. You know, it might take me a little bit to figure out what card you're playing or what the effect is and the rulings now." And they're all understanding, and they're all good with it, except for one guy, which he's just one of those types of people.
What was he doing?
It's just like if you misplayed, you still have to. You couldn't take it back, kind of thing. Like if you paid a cost for a card you couldn't activate, he would demand you to pay the cost still. So,
Stupid.
and it's just one of those things. Like now, like he was sitting there like getting upset with me because I was taking so long for my turn. It was like the first or second tournament I was in, so I didn't even know my deck versus anybody else's deck. So like I'm at the point now where it's like I'm just going to give him the win because I guess he needs it more. I hate that, but it's going to be one of those things like you need the win more than I do because you're rule sharking the hell out of people.
Right.
Yeah, you run into those types anywhere. Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Uno.
But I'm not like the only thing I was gonna like my first like day or two there was gonna shark somebody because they had a different language on their cards, and me being new to the system, I don't know exactly what effect is, even though it's a meta card. But they had the English counterparts there, so I was like, okay, that's cool. But yeah,
He just wanted to show off that he had the other language.
It wasn't even his deck; he was playing his friend's deck. But like I said, it was just one of those things. Like it wasn't me trying to be a dick. It was just like me trying to be fair to myself because I don't know the effect of that, even though everybody else may know it that plays every week there.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, hey, you're getting back into a hobby. That's how it's supposed to go sometimes, you know?
Yeah. And I just picked up an old hobby that me and my friend used to have back in the day. I'm going to be framing a lot of 1994 Marvel cards. I'm stupid excited about it. But other than that, I played a little bit of Red Dead the other day, and I got to Chapter 4, so I'm in the mansion now. Spoilers. Because Rob can't get on PC yet.
Oh, I played it on Xbox and beat it.
Yeah. I heard like right where I'm at is where it gets really good in the story. And I want to keep on playing it. There's other games I want to play and stuff like that because like there's just a lot of games that keep on coming out, but not the PlayStation lineup this month. Right there, Mikey.
Dude, just looking at it earlier, it was so ass.
Overcooked 2 and some other game. Yeah. I don't know. I've heard like Overcooked 2 is a really fun, popular game, but it's not my style. God damn, I can't get
range of that fatal blow. By the way, I'm playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I can tell. Rip your
bastard.
Rip.
Stupid rapier. Come here.
I'm trying to get my Just Frames for Nightmare, which he's got the hardest Just Frames in Soul Calibur.
Finally. I was fucking head off.
But so Mikey, you're still playing Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
And they buffed Shukan.
Shao Kahn, yes.
Shukan.
Shukan. What did I called him earlier?
Shufan.
Shufan.
Something like that. It was
45?
bad.
Come on, man. Jeez.
So did they do right on the updates?
What
Yes. Yes, they did. There's a lot of good stuff in here.
What all they do?
Well, they did a bunch of hot fixes, nerfing and buffing, nerfing, buffing, all that normal stuff for fighting games. But then they mess with the towers a whole bunch.
In a
We
good or
talked
bad
about that
way?
last week. Huh?
In a good or bad way?
In a great way. The rewards are now worth it now. And Mortal Kombat League is going to be starting here in I think it's 11 days. So we'll get to see how that goes.
So what's everybody watching?
I watched a little bit of. I watched the new episode of One Punch Man. Started watching Quiet Space, which is kind of intense, honestly.
What's that about?
The one that there's like something on Earth that will hunt you if you make a noise. It's on Amazon, so if you got Amazon Prime, you can watch it for free.
I do.
It's dude, like I'm pretty okay about suspense and all that stuff. This gets you like on your toes because you're like, are they gonna make a noise? The whole entire movie. And like the first few moments, it's pretty intense.
There's a movie like that now on Netflix too called Silence, and I just watched that yesterday.
God, I love that combo. I had the opportunity to message one of the I think it was like the 4th top nightmare in the world, and he spent like 2 hours just teaching me stuff about Nightmare. So that was pretty awesome.
Nice. I am not really watching a whole bunch. My wife and I have some shows that we watch pretty regularly, but I am rereading Horus Rising from Warhammer 40k series.
Some pretty lengthy books, aren't they? In the series?
Yes. Yeah, man, they're really lengthy. The Horus Heresy, which is, this is the first book of the Horus Heresy. We are looking at... No, it's not too bad. 412 pages.
Well, that ain't bad at all.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
For somebody that reads.
The books I usually read are 1,000.
Yeah, I just can't get into reading, and that's why I love that my son's gotten into. He's actually reading the Harry Potter, the actual original
nice.
books.
Oh,
Those are
English
good kids
ones.
books. They're good kids books.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he just got tested for gifted the other day, and I only missed 3 questions. So he's got an
Nice.
IQ test coming up here soon. So we're hoping that goes well. And he told me that I better win the tournament. So that was pretty funny.
So let's talk about Ghost Recon.
Yes. Yes. I ever since Future Soldier, Advanced Warfighter, I've always been like a tactical shooter kind of guy. My favorite PlayStation 2 game is SOCOM. Love those games. Wish they would come back, please.
Yep. Right? One day. Who owns those? Hold on. Let me look at this.
Yeah, look that up, please, because I have no earthly idea. I just remember, like, the last one that they came out was on the PSP, and the multiplayer was pretty fun, but kind of hard to do.
Yeah. Let's see. Developers Zipper Interactive.
Are they even still around?
Died in 2012. It's
Ooh.
publishers Sony Computer Entertainment.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so they still have the license then.
Up to you, fuckers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
They're worried about Days Gone.
I'd be worried too.
But anyways, did anybody watch the reveal trailer?
Oh, bro, I kept rewatching it,
Yeah, it's pretty
and
good. So the basic is it's Wildlands um with the twist of you're being hunted the whole entire time, and it's more survival than anything. And it's done really well. Like, so the premise of the trailer is that this guy makes drones, like Amazon was trying to do to help humanity and whatnot. And I guess somebody got into the facility that these are being controlled and manufactured, and now it's like assassinated some prime minister and stuff like that. So you get the so what?
Custom variations don't come over to ranked match. Sorry.
Okay.
No, this dude was going on his errand black and was looking. Oh, he's looking for custom variation. No, that shit don't happen. Well, I'm ranked match, bitch. Bring it.
Anyways, so like they're like, yeah, we'll send the ghost in, and so you're like, okay, cool, we get to go in and play this mission. Well, it goes to you riding in the helicopter, and then the helicopter gets taken down. So it automatically sets the mood for the game. That
Yep.
you're like, hey, you're not this elite badass. You're actually like, you know, being hunted by these people on the island, which it shows the first like 15 minutes that you're trying to get away from these guys. And he's still got the Wildlands where you team up, do certain things. And there's a class base, right?
yes, looks like it.
You watched it more than I did. I watched it at like 6 a.m. this morning for once.
Well, did you see? You saw at the end, right? The really important part.
I'm not sure. Like I said, 6 a.m. this morning.
All right. Well, you want me to tell you?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll watch it again.
Well, the bad guys who are also ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
So when they go, but I'm a ghost or whatever, right? And then it pans to the bad guys, and he goes, "Me too," and he takes off his mask. Well, it's the CGI representation of actor John Bernthal.
Yeah.
Best part.
Punisher.
Yes, sir.
Because they just dropped a DLC on the Wildlands with him in it.
Yep.
So he's in both games.
Well,
Yeah, I think they correlate.
yeah, I think.
So
Wildlands,
what are we going to be rectifying? I'm assuming legally we can't say punishing.
No, well, the thing is that he's an operator.
Yeah.
That's all he's. That's the thing with what they announced is that they have Punisher in the game, but he's not Punisher. He's kind of like, yeah, he plays Punisher. You know him as Punisher. He's given that persona of Punisher, but he's not acting as Punisher. Because the reveal trailer I sent in the group says basically he's like, yeah, I'm a ghost myself, and I heard you can use some help. And he's not donning the skull or anything like that. I didn't even see what his name tag was on his dog tags.
I didn't either.
But yeah, I'm gonna be loading up Ghost Wildlands, which I still haven't beat because I'm trying to like 100% it, kill all the spider webs. Which I think I'm like 75% done, which it gets fucking hard, especially if you have the what is it called, the ghost mode on, where you rank up. You used to be able to like one-shot somebody. Yeah, you can't do that anymore. Even with like the most powerful sniper rifle, you can't one-shot anything anymore.
Do not like.
Yeah, but it was a good addition because if not, you would just be playing the game and just whooping through. You can just like Grand Theft Auto style, like 8 stars it.
So, how about the character, the main guy there, red shirt with the backwards cap?
Mm-hmm. Nomad?
Senior operator.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me he's not selling T-shirts and coffee IRL.
I thought he looks like the main character off of Wildlands.
Yeah, he does.
So, and he's got the same code name too.
Well, and there you go.
Did you play the Wildlands, or was it too big for you?
Oh no, I played Wildlands for sure.
It was big,
My
though,
wife-
wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't, but I like that kind of thing. Plus, for me, Tom Clancy
Is your jam?
yeah, it really is, man. I've played every single Tom Clancy that's ever come out, and I'm not gonna claim that I've read all the Tom Clancy books, but I've read the important ones.
So you played Division 2 as well?
I've dabbled in Division 2, but I'm not playing it because
It's
I
too
haven't.
much grindy.
no, I have opinions of it. They needed to do other things. I mean, I'll just play Division 1.
Yeah. Which they finally fixed after how many years?
Right. And, I don't know. I think it was good, but I don't know. They could have gone in a bunch of different directions with different things. I think just everything needed to be tweaked, and that was my problem with it. Is I found too many little things that bugged me.
Well, my thing was that you had to craft the attachments in Division 2. You didn't pick them up like you did in 1. So it made you want to go out and search more products or whatever you want to call them.
Right.
But yeah, back to Tom Clancy. I don't think Wildlands was pretty big. It had a lot of good events. I loved that. Like the Predator event, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And there's the Yeti one, which I didn't do. But what was before that?
I don't remember.
But I play like when the Wildlands first came out. I played that and the PvP. The PvP was really good. I stopped playing it when they took off thermal goggles, or nerfed it off.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. Well, dude, I got clips that are not even public yet, and it's just like destroying people with it. But what the fuck am I playing? That's one thing I don't like
What?
in Soul Calibur when you're playing ranked or whatever. Is that the create a character thing is all messed up hitboxes.
I love.
I mean, don't get me wrong, create a character is really good. But it's just like, now I'm fighting the scythe person, Zazmel,
Yeah.
but it's like a little girl.
Yeah.
And like, there's one time I played somebody, and what was it? It was a nightmare with a samurai sword, so it messed me up. I thought I was playing against the Mizuruki.
Oh,
So I was like, okay, I was expecting certain movesets, but he's wearing a sword.
gotcha.
I had Nightmare, but he looked like Conan.
Yeah, I've seen that
And-
guy around too.
And it was total. I swear, man, it was totally by mistake that I found it, and I later learned that he was a meta. But I just applied shit that looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger's character from the first movie, and that's literally all I did, and it turned out to be
Oh, lovely.
stupid fucking good.
I love when Zazmel mains do that. They start doing the side horizontal where they like do a low grab your leg and shit. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
I got a little bit of life left.
does it fuck him up?
But back to the Ghost Recon. I'm looking forward to it. I'm always down to technical shooters.
Same, and just out of obligation, I would try it. But I feel like I might have my hopes up for this one. We'll see. But it all depends on whether or not I can stop playing Mordhau.
And this player is fucked now. Red bar screaming, I've got Terror Charge on. And there it goes. And that's game. So yeah, Ghost Recon. I'm definitely going to get that. I might even buy it before, like, pre-order. But that was like the best of yet this week for reveals, quote unquote, for me. Let me ask you, Rob, about EA Access, because I know you have all that stuff.
Yeah, I have EA access.
Yeah, so I know there's some issue with PlayStation finally agreeing to it. So, like, is it worth?
Is it worth having?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, so I don't know how they're gonna do it on the PS4, but on the PC and on the Xbox, you get a lot of the classics. So on the PC, you get every classic. And I'm talking about Command and Conquer Generals. I don't know if you ever played that RTS, but it's fucking amazing. All the red alerts and just a lot of their old school games that kind of we grew up with playing that were EA titles before EA was the big bad man that it is now. So it's 100% worth it just for that, but also a lot of their new title games, actually all of their new title games, I believe, came included.
Oh, nice.
And you get like early access, don't you? To some of the releases.
Yes. Yeah, 1 week. Premiere gets 1 week and it's included, so. And that's what I have, so I think there's different levels.
Yeah. Of like, there's like a basic, intermediate, and advanced membership.
Yeah, so on the PC it was called Premiere. So I'm actually logging in right now so I can do it. But yeah, it's like I think mine is possibly $10 a month. I have to look. It's pretty unsubstantial. Yeah, so it's called Premiere. I bought an annual subscription, I think. Not really sure. Oh, there it is. I'm pulling it up. Yeah, but that's how I got every one of their new recent releases. Just because I had it, because I wanted to play Command and Conquer Generals. I got to play their new release games, so it was kind of a benefit.
Well, like we said in the past, we were not anti EA. I mean, what is it? They got Apex Legends, Titanfall.
Yep.
I honestly just wish that Anthem was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Which have you tried?
It's fun.
Have you tried their new patch yet for that?
Nope, I haven't. I've been wanting to. I'm probably going to this weekend, assuming that the weather allows me to.
Those tornado season for you down there?
It's hurricane season coming up, so a lot of rain.
I know. I'm in Florida, buddy.
Oh, yeah. You know what it's like being on the Gulf. But I mean, if nothing else, man, for real, getting EA access for Jedi Fallen Order,
yes,
is a must. I mean, come on, let's be real. I don't give a shit. They learned their lesson with Battlefront.
Well, if you've heard their statement lately, like their press conference or whatever it was, they're like, yeah, we're going to try to aim for more of the free-to-play stuff now.
Yeah, well, and why I think they're really being real with it is because of that statement. I think it was misleading when they're talking about free to play. I think that was kind of a negative connotation towards just regular fucking purchase the game, and we're not going to charge you an arm and a leg for DLC or loot boxes. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna do it regular, but the way he said it with like a little bit of angst, almost defeat. You know,
They can also
it
kind
sounds
of
like they're
watch out
giving up
now
on it.
too because they're trying to do a bill on loot boxes.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
Delaware is.
Hmm.
yes, and but aside from that, LucasArts, who has the rights back to their stuff, the studio does, um, and Disney, more importantly, the overlords that be, have really kind of narrowed their eyes and said, "You better get your shit straight." So I think we're seeing that
Yeah,
because
because
if they
EA
pull
can
that,
just drop them and not even blink.
no, I mean, Disney could just drop EA.
That's what I'm saying. Disney could drop EA and not even
Yeah,
blink about it.
yeah, right,
Oh, we
exactly.
terminated your contract.
They could probably
Well,
pass a fart easier than they could like drop EA.
yeah, no, exactly, and they've already postured because when they did revive the Lucas studio,
That was
they
a
were they were posturing. They were basically saying,
they're
"Look, fuck up
flexing.
it, yeah, fuck up, and we'll give it to them."
And that's why they're like, hey, no microtransactions, no da 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 da, in Final Order.
Hmm. Yep, dude, seriously, it was like 1 to 2 weeks after because they had announced that Disney was meeting with them based on the results of Battlefront 1 and how pissed everyone was. Or Battlefront 1 and then Battlefront 2, more importantly, was the last straw. And they really said, look, this is it. And at least that's the speculation. Of course, we'll never know unless somebody really, deep in there leaks it, and then we'll never believe it. But that's the kind of the mood in the air. Anytime they speak now, they're a lot more careful with what they say and how they're doing their games.
Well, their finances aren't doing well either.
Hmm. They were making more money before they started fucking with people.
Yep. I mean, and that's the thing. Like in their conference, they were talking about free play games. One game I loved when I was a teenager, and I played the game with my stepdad, was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. It was so damn fun trying to like run the other player off the road and pit maneuver him. And they said something about bringing that back. I mean, hell, they can do another free roam Burnout.
Yep. And actually, people remember whenever that little trailer came out. I think that was fan made. There was a little bit of hype behind it. Everybody was like, "Oh fuck yeah, we're getting another one." And they were like, "Ah, nah,
Yeah.
not happening."
Well, Burnout's like, I honestly loved Burnout's. Was it Burnout Revenge on the Xbox?
Yes, that was really good.
That was an amazing game. I put just as much hours into that as I did Tekken.
Yep.
And was it the Battlefield Modern Combat 2? I think it was.
Oh man, yes, that was so good. My dad and I played that like every night.
Yes. Like on the Xbox, controlling vehicles was wonky as shit, but dude, like it felt so much better than Call of Duty.
Yep. That game was really smooth and really good.
I think that was actually like the underrated first-person shooter at the time.
Well, remember Xbox at that time had a bunch of underrated games that were actually really fucking good.
Yeah, I think
Like
more or less the PC side, and this is all over, loves Battlefield.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure. I mean, it's 10 times better. Call of Duty just gets so boring. It makes sense for consoles, but for PC, it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, when you think, what's the first description of a person that plays Call of Duty comes to mind?
Squeaker.
I think fuckboy.
Frat boy.
Fuck
Or
boy.
squeaker.
Fuckboy. Yeah, exactly. That's a Call of Duty player, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I used to play the shit out of it. I was in a team that was sponsored by the land center that I helped manage. and we got like access to Modern Combat, what was it, 2 for Call of Duty
Yeah.
for the Xbox 360 like 2 weeks
Yeah.
before it came out, and we were on the servers with the developers and stuff like that. And I was really good at it, but it was just like, yeah, this is boring. The only thing I liked was Search and Destroy. That was like my favorite game mode.
I remember me and my friends used to play that game when it came out. And funny story, when it came out, I got the special edition Modern Warfare 2 Xbox 360, the Elite. And the whole reason I got it is my dad wanted me to break up with my girlfriend, who I was already planning to break up with. And me and my friend were hanging out in the kitchen going, all right, well, how can we sweeten this deal? Because my dad came in and goes, all right, what's it going to take?
You give me this Xbox, I'll break up with her.
Xbox and the TV, that was the deal. Because he wouldn't do rims for my car.
Dang.
Got one. He had a pair of BBS wheels on his Acura CL Type S that fit the same lug pattern and pretty much the same stance as my my Honda Accord. I had a coupe. So
teenager basic car.
yeah, but my man, I love that car. That had the V6 in it, and I had a lady hit me once, crushed the whole front end of the car. I was able to drive it home, and then me and my dad went to the pick apart, sawed out the front clip of another one, welded it in, and I was on the road the next day.
What was it? A funny story about like collisions that me and my buddy always hung out after school. And he still to this day drives an '86 Jeep XJ, and it's like almost like cream, white, yellow. It looks, and we call it like Winnie the Pooh color. But we were crossing the highway one day, and this Pontiac Grand Am, the red ones, you know.
Yeah.
Was crossing too, and it like hit the back rim of his Jeep, and it just drove off behind the shopping center. So he went and he took me to work, and we looked at it, and like it broke off like a little piece of his wheel skirt, and just left a red mark on his rim. And we're like, well, you might want to take a report just in case your dad gets pissed off. So we went hunting him down. And we drove behind the shopping center where we see the red car and like 8 people behind the Latino restaurant, which they were Latinos. And we're driving up and we go past the park in front of it, and all I see is like this piece of metal sticking straight up. I'm like, what the hell? And it literally looked like somebody took a sardine can opener and just ripped the front end of that car straight up.
What the fuck?
I was like, you got away scot-clean. And the cop tried to say it was my friend's fault because we were crossing a highway and we didn't give them the right of way. But they automatically defaulted in fault because they didn't have insurance or legal identification.
And they ran.
Yeah, and they ran.
Yeah.
I mean,
But they were illegal immigrants.
Yeah, I know that happened to me too. That's why we went to the pick apart, because I couldn't. My insurance wouldn't cover it. I only had liability because I bought the car cash.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that was the same thing. The lady had no license, acted like she couldn't speak English whenever the cops showed up.
She knew it perfectly.
Oh yeah, no, I heard her speak English to her son, who was a teenager in the car. Because I was coming out of Best Buy, and this lady was like doing 60 down where the exit is, so it's not an actual road, it's like the exit of the Best Buy. She's fucking hauling ass. So whenever I came to the stop sign, I was trying to get a look around the bush, and then she like whipped around the blind spot, hauling ass, and I didn't have enough time to go in reverse. The only reason that the cop didn't give me a citation or anything A, because my car was destroyed, and then B, you could see where I tried to do reverse marks because I saw her fucking flying. Fucking
I am whooping ass tonight.
Yeah, you're whooping
hear
that
you over there.
freaking pad over there, man. Surprised you're not waking up your lady.
That's
Fucking
why I have to wait till she goes to sleep.
Um,
Turn on her fan, close the door. Fuck you, I'm gone.
but yeah, EA just needs to get back on track and just stop thinking with their wallets and think about the players. Because if they start doing that, then they're gonna make good games, and nobody's gonna be on that, dog pile of let's talk bad about EA.
Right, because I don't think having a big company like them is a bad thing. I think it's a great thing because it's going to, if it's run correctly, but it has to be the right environment. Because with the amount of money that they have, the amount of equity, they have the option to do things the right way and make good products doing it.
I mean,
It's just going to cost.
I mean, who else is going to pick up all these sports games?
Right, yeah. I mean, they're never going to go anywhere. They own that property. You know what I mean? It's just going to go from how tight are the purses going to get, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, how
which I think
bad is Disney going to choke them?
right, exactly. And I think they already felt that pain because look at their stock prices; they absolutely plummeted time and time again. And you can't do that as a business and retain your job, so they're gonna.
Exactly.
As long as they make good product, not screw over not only their own employees but their targeted audience, I'm okay with any developer. And
Yep.
even if you put a bad game out, own up to it, but don't destroy your development team or try to like win it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Be consumer friendly.
Yeah.
Well, and I think really the focus needs to be on the inside before they even start talking about that. I firmly believe that if you treat your people right, that they're going to give you not only you the product, they're going to give your customer the satisfaction that they need.
I mean,
Right?
look at two prime examples this last week. Mortal Kombat, which they fixed. They not only did a decrease on day 2 sale, but they also fixed stuff and then gave stuff to people.
Oh, hell yeah.
And then Fortnite, they had a major event that happened, and some people can access it, so they gave like a $30 glider for free. And then the people that bought the glider, they got their refund.
Yep, Mordhau did that too. They had an update that tanked the load-in menu. It really screwed you up. So when you log in, you got a little message that said they gave you 10k gold, which is a lot because every game is only like if I make it in the top 10, I can get anywhere from the lowest being like 250 gold to where I hit third place once, and I think I got like I don't know 600-700 some shit like that.
I mean, what did EA do about Anthem?
What have they done yet? I haven't seen an answer yet, but I know that they were working.
They didn't even have a good answer for the beta.
Well, remember they did have an answer, but it wasn't a good one. But they did have an answer.
It wasn't like a leaf or like a sorry treaty.
No, it was these are just workplaces.
Yeah,
we'll change it.
Yeah, no, remember it was a promise that it was already changed. They said this is the testing version. We've already got these fixes in place.
But the thing is that the people that had early access still experienced that same thing, and they didn't get any, settlement.
Exactly.
Nope. And I had the early access, but my thing was I didn't even want one because I know that the game had so much potential. They really just need to go back and fix it.
Makes you worried about their future releases. Like their track record isn't great. So like when the next Dragon Age comes out, are we gonna be okay with that?
So, I mean, BioWare made promises to fix it in March, right? Um, and there have been some reported look at 200 improvement patches at that time. So, if you're looking, supposedly they've fixed, some of the farming issues that you have, where that was really like an epic grind. So, and I think they kept some of it, but it's really going to be, is it enough to bring an audience back to keep it alive? Because you can't justify wasting money and dumping uh, devs into this if nobody's still playing because you pissed them off. But
Exactly.
EA has a record of bringing back Battlefront 2 with some serious success. Now I think that has some different qualities because that's more of a nostalgia type of thing, and people were really, really rooting for that game a lot more. This is a new title, so it doesn't have that kind of backing. But man, they have a chance because the game mechanics are freaking solid and it looks beautiful. They just need to fix content. They need to fix. Supposedly, they have already fixed some of the shit like fast travel points, uh, junking and salvaging, shit like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, when a game starts off strong, but then everyone realizes it's shit, there's rarely ever a comeback. I mean, look at Destiny 2, right? Only the hardcore Destiny.
I don't know, man. I really like Destiny 2, though.
Yeah, but how often you play it?
Well, now I don't, but that's because
Exactly.
that's for different reasons, though. Up until the point where I moved, I was playing it religiously, and the thing is, I wasn't a big Destiny 1 guy.
Well, what I'm running into lately is that there is so much games to play now.
Oh my god, it's
There's
ridiculous.
too many games to keep up with, especially the games that come out as a service or a grind.
Well, yeah, this is the kind of time where okay, what's my genre? You know?
Well,
Right.
Right
we
now,
had it back. We had a time like this back in 2011, 2012, 2013. If you remember back then, we had all sorts of AAA games. The Call of Duty yearly releases really kicking off.
So is it because we're older?
We're older to see another one, yes.
Because I agree. I mean, if you think about it, Halos popping off like in their prime at that time, the Call of Duties with the Modern Warfares at that time.
Skyrim came out.
but
Yeah.
when we were like high school gaming, how often did games come out?
Well, there's a difference there, because are you asking how often did games come out, or how often were we able to board them?
It was more or less how often did games come out that we, came out, period.
I don't know. I think pretty often on the PC. I know on my console, because of course, in high school, I would do both pretty heavily. So the console side, I'd say very infrequently in comparison to now, but they are the same time frames. I think if you look, it's always the same pattern because the marketing schedules are the same. We just have more options within the same. Like the month of March just is absolutely shit on with the amount of games that are being released.
Yeah, and go ahead.
I'm just looking at my backlog here. Holy shit.
Exactly. We've hit the point in our lives as dads and an adult where it's like, I've been looking forward to this game forever. I do not have the time to play it anymore. I remember when I used to complete games like Trophy or 100 or 1,000 achievement points, whatever the fuck it was called back then. Like it was nothing. It took me a week to do. What was it?
It took me
There
like
was
18 hours to beat a game.
Yeah, but we had the time back then.
Yep. doing all the skulls, finding all those in Halo.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And just
I mean, shit.
bullshitting on Halo for
I
quick
had-
super jumps.
I would speed run Shadow of Colossus. That's how much fucking time I had, man.
Well, like right now, like let's see, I've got 244 games purchased on my PlayStation. Most of them are PlayStation Now plus deals. But like, what's installed on my PlayStation right now? Hollow Knight, Red Dead Redemption 2, Hitman, Apex, Rainbow Six Siege, Spider-Man, Soul Calibur, Dead Cells, Detroit Become Human, Uncharted Collection, God of War, I can't pronounce that game. Deus Ex,
Deus Ex.
yeah,
Love that
Mankind
game.
Divided, Witcher 3, Horizon Zero Dawn expansion, and Bloodborne, and now Wildlands.
Yeah, you want to hear mine?
That's like 5 years of games right here.
Yeah, and you're wanting more coming out.
Yeah.
You want to hear mine? Mine is Kerbal Space Program, Star Wars Battlefront 2016, Ultra Street Fighter, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter World, Apex, Horizon Zero Dawn with the expansion, its complete edition, Rayman Legends, Rocket League, Monopoly Plus, Minecraft, and Stardew Valley, and MK11.
I don't know you anymore because you got Minecraft.
Oh, it's a game I play if I need to go to bed.
It's good, mindless fun.
It's just a mindless game that puts you to sleep.
Hey, John, did you see the video I put on Discord?
No, I did not.
Oh, I have a question for you about Mordhau.
Mm-hmm.
Is the referee a mod or is it an actual character?
It's got to be a mod. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay, you need to look that up because there's referee actions and everything in like solo duels between people and he's reffing it.
Oh, yeah. No, there are dual servers where that refs tend to get in there. So they're usually loot players. But, I mean, some guys just get in there and they're having fun.
Okay. I saw that on that Kotaku thing.
So like this is basically like becoming a new like role playing thing, right?
Oh my god, I would love to see this become an esport.
I mean, it naturally has that. But this isn't really role playing. That's actually how you would prep a clan in this type of game. It just makes more sense to have it to do it that way. It's just natural.
I don't think my computer can handle this game.
I don't know what the minimum requirements are, but it's not too bad, honestly, because this is built on an old engine, my friend.
God.
Would you say the chivalry end?
Shut your mouth.
And what is it, like a $50 game or a $15 game?
30.
Okay.
Telling you,
Crap,
buddy.
I can get to the topics on my computer. Hell yeah.
You
Where
can't
we at?
beat it. It's just so good. And the you know what? How you know it's some good stuff is that it's retained a positive review on Steam.
Well, it didn't go to Epic, so there's a start.
Yeah, right. Well, it never will. This is a Valve related product.
Yeah. Which John Wick is an exclusive to Epic. How do you feel about that?
Suck my dick.
Did you know about that?
Why
Yeah.
is there even a John Wick game?
Have you seen the
I've
trailer?
seen it. I've seen it.
It looks good. It looks like a XCOM.
But why?
Because why not?
There's no point to it. Go watch the movie.
Which
Give
I
Keanu
got
Reeves your dollar.
I got the lady to watch them for the first time.
Yeah,
She's like, "Oh,
I haven't even seen them yet.
what?"
I
Like, you're
haven't
sitting
seen
here
'em.
Preaching about go watch the movies instead of playing the game.
Yeah, because that seems like one of those things where you'd rather The gameplay didn't impress me at all.
It's an XCOM. Do you know what XCOM? Turn-based?
Yeah, I own it.
Okay. So,
But
Dot, dot.
that's not what John Wick is. He goes in, he double taps people.
yeah.
Sometimes triple.
But this is like, I guess they're
He
trying
doesn't
to, like,
stand there and wait for them to take their turn. Fuck that.
honestly, I think this is more for like fans of John Wick that want more lore about the world,
Yeah.
because that's a big thing. Like everybody's like trying to figure out the lore of.
Hold up. This is the requirements for that game? This is nothing.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. I mean, the recommended's a little higher, but I mean, that's just standard shit you'd get in most PCs now.
I don't even know what I have.
I mean, I have all this in my computer downstairs. I just need a new motherboard.
I got extra motherboards here from those computers I bought. The MSI motherboard.
I have nothing left to give you.
love.
Ugh.
Love.
So,
I will take it in the ass. Okay.
all right then. So, I don't know if you saw it in the video, but if you look a little further when they're actually fighting other people, the coordination is great. Like what they'll do is they'll team up 2 or 3 people and then kind of cordon off opposing teams that would maybe not have as much thought process going through, because they've got like squads and different shit. They really break this down. So when the battle starts and they break off, they're just sectioning off people, and it's like systematic. They're just taking people down because they're overwhelmed and their buddies aren't helping them.
Yeah.
Like so they'll approach with 3 people, and the 2 on the sides will kind of really go wide. The middle guy will strike in and then quickly dash back out. So when the other guy goes to react to his hit and comes forward with a natural swing, the other 2 come in and break him. They'll chop his limbs off.
Black Knight.
Oh,
Was
it's funny.
there an
that happens.
Alright, so a little aside for everyone in the audience. We are going to get a little bit outside the games into a sort of political, social type talk here.
What?
What is the update for the Riot's game walkout?
Oh, they're threatening if something's not done, they will take action or they have action for it.
So the walkout wasn't really that successful.
No, they did a walkout.
No, but I'm saying it didn't have an impact.
They kind of did.
Besides social media.
Well, that the bosses are like, yeah, any managers don't reprimand people that want to participate in it, blah blah blah. And they said it was just like a social gathering that happened, and they said like by May 16th, if something, the next board meeting, if nothing's happened, then they'll progress on what they would like, or they'll go to the next phase, whatever you want to call that shit.
So you think they're gonna? Do you think it'll get to the point where they'll want to unionize?
Well, everybody wants that now.
Yeah, it's becoming a huge subject where everyone wants to unionize gaming.
I mean, I am not for unions, but I will say this would be a case where it's actually necessary.
Well,
They
that's
are
the thing.
fucking
It's going back to what this issue is. You can opt in or out of the union, but some developers might not want you because you are in a union.
Well, yeah, that's always the fear, and the way to defeat it is they would have to go to the old style of how the union started, and they'd have to band together and make sure that subcontractors and individuals, even if they don't want to join, they adhere to some bylaws.
Yeah, because if you look at it, the computer graphics, computer design, coding, all that is still a very emerging market. I mean, yes, it's been going on since the 80s, but new technology arises, new code arises.
It's always going to be developing at the pace that it is because it is a technological service. It's the same thing with telecoms, the same thing with with IT, with simple machines. It's just going to happen. So I think the answer is that hold on a second. Ow.
Ow.
Freaking. Yeah, I gotta hang now. Hold on. It's really struck shit out of me.
Welcome to the Rob Chews on His Fingers podcast.
Right? God,
Toenails.
that really hurt.
Oh, don't even say that.
Right. So, anyway, but yeah, so I think the answer is going to be that they're going to have to break, man. They're really fucking these people bad.
Yeah, and if nobody
So,
knows
little
what it
thought.
is, they're trying to fight
Little.
for people that have signed when they were on for forced arbitration, which means you don't go to court. You have like some kind of like a magistrate.
A little
Yeah.
food for thought for you guys. What if there was an overseas commission, not government related because fuck that shit, but of the like Silicon Valley and all them, the workers in the tech industry, especially for games. And yes, the ESRB is supposed to do that, but they don't do fuck all.
Mm-hmm.
What if there was an overseas commission that had the ability to be like, nah, you're fucking out of here if shit like.
I don't know. That's a complicated answer. I think that's a possibility, but so many other variables would have to come into line to make it a viable decision.
Besides unionizing, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah,
but
I think
other than that, it's leaning so hard towards unionizing
you would
and
have
civil rights groups,
And yeah, but if you're talking about not making it government, which it certainly should not, because this is a private industry.
Exactly.
So if you're going to keep it private, you would have to have a company that's willing to champion that concept, right? So you would have to have a progressive enough company that profits are a natural byproduct of doing the right thing, and that's what needs to be the mindset. So if you can find a company that has a leader that's willing to do that, then you can create something along those lines of that concept, and kind of make them the authority on what to do when it comes to how to treat your developers. But it would take so much, man, and you would really have to have an iconic person that would have the ears of the public, which is
so
easy.
What you're saying is that everyone in the audience should go tweet at right now.
Everyone at the audience should go what?
Tweet at Elon Musk.
No. No. It'll turn into some weird program. It doesn't need to.
Hey Rob, I'm not a really good computer guy, but can I play some game if I has this?
What?
I sent in Discord what computer I have.
Oh, okay, hold on. Well, that's a box of RAM.
Well, yeah, that's what the RAM's inside of it.
Okay.
I upgraded it. I can do that much.
Objectivity and game reviews. Why is this on the docket?
Not me. That's from last week from, I believe, Jay.
Oh, okay. Delete that shit quick, eh?
Okay. So, actually, yes, you can play it at the recommended settings with that setup. That'll work perfectly.
Really need another game right now, dude.
Yeah, I do. I need a
No, he does need this one because I will be guaranteed to be on it. Yes.
I need to shake people in the butthole with a spear. Can I do that like what does the Japanese people like to do to each other?
Yes.
You mean like Vlad the Impaler?
Yeah, and just stick them up in the straight air on their butthole?
Yep.
Oh my
so
God.
I just want to say again, everyone listening, we apologize for John. He's a closet sadist, and we try to deal with him.
Hey. No.
It's for horses.
It's been how many years? And Rob knows this. You get that urge every now and then because the military's done it to you.
Mm-hmm.
You get that urge.
Shove shit up assholes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because you have it happen enough to yourself with the green weenie.
The green weenie is strong and unforgiving. So yeah,
All
you would
right, then.
really enjoy hopping on a horse in the middle of a battlefield type situation where it's 30 on 30 and you get a fucking lance. You just charge into a crowd of people and fucking impale like 2 of them.
I want to do that so badly.
Dude, it's so funny because
So-
the ragdoll effects are perfect and they
So
literally
it looks
go.
like I'm not going to get any sleep tonight.
Back onto subject.
Yes.
Battlefield 2 changes. Or Battlefront 2 changes. What happened?
The most recent one, I'm not really sure.
Is it free to play now?
We can have a quick breakdown. I know that anything that they added to it now is just gravy, dude. They really did fix it whenever they said they fixed it. Whenever that big talk happened with Disney, they seriously turned the game around.
So it's worth picking up now.
Ooh,
Oh, 100%. I'd recommend it.
I was about to
Okay.
sweat some bullets here. I'm starting up Wildlands, and like it was making me like create a character. I was like, "What? Where's my character at?" And
Not my baby.
I forgot you have to download your uploaded save from the cloud.
Ugh, that shit. Yeah.
Where do I go to get this guy?
You go to
So-
Steam, and then you go to Mordhau, and then you buy it.
I'm talking about the Frank Castle in Wildlands.
I have no idea.
God damn it!
It's a DLC and it should be on there. So check the DLC area.
Yeah.
The store.
But yes, Rob, I will get that, and we will impale people in the butthole.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
We'll
These
teach the
kids.
ways.
Anyways, and I'll
Well,
yell-
that's pretty much it for the basic doc. But
well, we haven't done the pitchfork yet.
hold on, because I got one for Rob.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
3 new Star Wars movies.
Oh God. Should I just like
Ah.
walk away from the computer for a little bit?
Probably.
Hold on, I gotta get the Vaseline out. Nipples are chafing.
So, do you think they're going to bring it back before the prequels?
Man, I don't know. I don't want to make any predictions like that, but I do have higher hopes than I did for the overtones of feminism that were the previous movies. Man, I
I
don't
got you. I got you.
it's not any dude. I am a member, and I'm not shitting you. I am a member of my company's markets diversity and inclusion council. All right, I'm pretty fucking diverse and inclusive. I have mixed kids. Okay,
Good,
so
good there to saving yourself.
I'll say, yeah, right. But my problem is it's unnecessary to shove agendas down people's throats. I would be just as mad if people were shoving fucking
Pikes and
conservative values down people's throats. I would be just as upset because I don't think that's what the entertainment industry should be used for. I think it should
So,
be solely entertainment, and that shit doesn't belong in Star Wars. That's what you have telenovelas and fucking those morning shows for housewives to watch. That's where that shit belongs.
so with episode 7 and 8, you think they learned their lesson?
Yeah, because I mean, look, man, there was good content, dude. It was there, but no, you gotta focus on the bullshit.
Oh, I hear you. So, next question with the Star Wars: do you think they're going to interject offshoot movies in between them? Because I do.
Oh yeah, I mean that'd be the smartest thing to do. It's a good way to offset.
Oh,
the
hold on,
crowd.
hold on. If Mandalorian is successful, I think they will.
I think they will either way, man. I think Mandalorian's
Really?
just a piece. Yeah, because I mean, look at Solo, right? It wasn't a resounding success, but a success nonetheless.
I actually
community
enjoyed
was-
Solo.
I did too, and that's the thing is there's so many people that didn't, but they still went to go watch that motherfucker.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it's. I mean, come on, let's be real. If Mandalorian comes out, I'm gonna go watch it. Like, yeah, I don't give a shit. They could be like, this is the worst movie in the history of movies. I'd be like, yeah, well, find out.
Uh, wow. Nah, I just figured that needs 3 more movies. More than likely, we're getting a couple offshoots too.
Yeah, I definitely think we are. I don't see how we wouldn't. We wouldn't
Because
do those.
they cannot, because of the running series, do clone after Clone Wars and stuff like that.
After colon awards, what?
What the fuck is your ears tonight, dude?
I heard coal and that's it.
Clone,
Wrong.
because that's where Jedi Fallen Order is going to take. They cannot do an offshoot of that because of the ongoing series and
I
how
think,
they messed up the prequel.
man, they got so many places to go. All I know is that I am holding out hope that some director somewhere picks up Drew Kapersky's Bane series.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go there.
There's a fucking trilogy for you right there, boy. That would be amazing. People who aren't Star Wars fans, mind you, this is a Legends book series. There are people who are not Star Wars fans who rave about that book series. It was on bestsellers list for a long time and still pops up. It is a fucking good series of books.
All right,
Buy them.
we're going to drop it there because that's exactly what we do.
Yeah.
All right, John, get to your pitchfork.
Oh no, it's just has anybody else heard about the update of the Twitter battle or whatever?
No, I heard they took it away from him.
Yeah, that's why I told you. So they're going back and forth with the voice actor of Claptrap.
Yeah.
How they're like, yeah, he turned it down. Yeah, we tried to pay him. Blah blah blah. So, and then the voice actor says, I told him I would do it for free for some royalties owed an apology. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah, an apology for getting physically assaulted by Randy Pitchford. And so now they're the lawyers have came up and said that this is going to be taken care of. You know, they basically took the what is it? They basically took Randy's phone away from him and dealt with it, which is about time.
So, Randy Pitchford physically assaulted him?
Yes, in a hotel or something, lobby of a hotel.
Fucking shenanigans.
Yeah, and basically
That they
Randy
need
was
to
saying,
take
like,
away.
yeah, we try to pay him a very good amount, more than double the voice actors union salary, and he
SAG-AFTRA.
yeah, he said he turned it down, and the guy's like, I would have done it for free with royalties owed for the rights of the Borderlands 1 and 2, and apology. And let's be real, Randy Pitchford's not going to apologize.
So,
But he is in the wrong.
If he did.
they need to take away his fucking 8-ball, dude.
If Randy did it, then yes, he's absolutely in the wrong.
So what do you think the likelihood of that is?
0.
Zero?
That he
0.
physically assaulted?
That he apologizes.
Oh, we're talking
Oh,
about
no,
physically assaulted.
Yeah, if he
Oh,
actually
no.
did it.
The way he's been going off, I can see it. Because the Claptrap guy, he has a good history of trying to be like all mellow and shit. He wants to be there for the fan.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
can
the big
see
thing.
him saying one. Randy Pitchford be like, "Oh no, bitch! This is for the money, smack."
At the end of the
He
day,
put the powder on his hand. I know for sure.
at the end of the day, he's a voice actor, and a large portion of their business comes from the demand of the consumer saying, "We want this guy. Look at Nathan Fillion. The man has literally ridden the coattails of his fans and gotten jobs
Well,
because of his fan base."
the issue also is that that while he did the the voice for Claptrap, he was working for Gearbox, and they don't do bonuses on that.
Right.
But still, he's entitled to royalties.
Yeah, I think so. I agree. I think that's more of examples of the developers trying to stranglehold some of that money, or not developers, but the
Publisher.
publishers.
Well,
Yeah.
there was a tweet before all that that was saying, "Hey, look, instead of trying to be that was it Randy Pitchford said that they gave him a generous offer and he refused it, and the voice actor said this is funny from somebody saying generous when he pocketed the $2 million bonus from something, and so like they've been like little school drama stuff.
So you can see right there that there's not so great history between them. So that just boosts up the chance that he physically assaulted him. And the fact that the claptrap at BA is saying, "I'll do it for my royalties," and an apology instead of suing his ass, that speaks worlds of him.
Yep. Good guy. And he's got my vote.
Yeah, it's just
Claptrap 2020.
it's just one of those things. Is like, why do we have to go to this point? One, in the old days, you would just settle in court, not on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I have a very good explanation, but my hands are too big.
Lol.
Thank you. John's just over there shaking his fucking head.
No, I'm trying to like look at this stuff because it's been a long time since I played this game, so I don't know the
See,
controls.
I could never get into those attacks.
You could never get into what?
Those military shooters like that.
Oh, I love them, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, especially the customization.
Then again, I don't even like Black Ops or Call of Duty anymore.
Whoa,
It's such a dumb game.
Whoa. Let's slow down. Let's not
What?
let's not compare Ghost Recon.
Oh
to...
no! I wasn't at all. I was just saying I don't even like Call of Duty, and that's this theme from those games.
Yes.
I just ain't got a scene for shooters. Man.
Battlefield.
Apex,
Duh.
Battlefield, Battlefront, yeah. Apex is different because it's just got fun mechanics, and it's a quick in and out game. I can be done in one session and be happy.
I'm gonna play the
But-
Battlefield version of Mordhau.
That'd be way too big of a map, though.
Would it?
Yeah, have you seen Battlefield maps lately?
See how
They've
far
been-
you can chuck a spear?
This
Bob
is-
somebody?
These are some pretty big maps. Oh, it's 64 player. Yeah, so it is matches 32-32. So it's
Oh,
called
it would work then.
the frontline version. And yeah, so they got horses, and there aren't a whole lot of them, so there tends to be 2 to each spawn. That
Is there
has
like a castle siege mode in that where the
That's what this
other
is.
team can dump oil on you and shit?
So not dump oil, but they have ramparts and archery stations. So of course you got your archer class guys that tend to stay up there with their crossbows.
Motherfucker, you did it again. We're back on Mordhau.
Yes, because it's so amazing and dynamic.
Uh.
And you also have some engineers that can build siege equipment and barriers and just things to be able to defend yourself. And since it's melee, and hand crank projectiles.
And
This
where
shit
is this at?
really
Steam?
counts.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
And you're like, yes, yes. Glory to Steam.
Oh,
Praise Gaben.
you like fighting anime, hey Rob?
Yeah.
Or John? Well, both of you then. On Netflix, there's a show called Baki, and I don't remember if years ago
I
you've
saw.
ever
I
watched.
was looking at that.
Oh, it's so good. They just wrapped up season 2, and I'm wanting it right now. Next
Is it
season.
like Castlevania good?
It's not fair to compare the two. Castlevania is its own beast. This is it's really good. I highly recommend it. Try not to do it with the kids around because it is a little gory. But if you get a chance, watch Baki.
That's right. I
And
might have
back
to play
in
that too. Company of Heroes 2.
That was a good game.
I think it was early 2000s, if not a little earlier. Baki the Grappler was a series, and this is what it's based off of.
Oh. But, yeah. Killing Floor, one of my old jams.
Mm-hmm.
Killing Floor 2 is a lot of fun.
Good game.
Did you know that you could actually glitch and or cheat Killing Floor?
Well, there's a bunch of glitches.
Which one are you talking about? Because I know of a couple too.
Leveling up your specs.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I found it out myself accidentally.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That was back in the day with, what was it, Farmville and all that crap?
Mm-hmm.
Killing Floor has a VR, or is it Killing Floor 2?
Killing Floor 2, I think it is. Yeah, I saw it.
I've seen it on YouTube, and that actually looks fun to me.
I don't
You
know.
know what game I would really love to come back? Fear.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's asking for Fear to come back.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few.
You ain't the only one, buddy. I'm asking for Dead Space to come back.
Yeah, I've got the first one on EA Origins for free because they gave it out 1 year or 1 month.
Yeah. It's such a good game, and yes, Isaac Stories has but he shouldn't have been the only one affected by the...
That wasn't hard to find.
What?
Top seller in Steam.
But we have reached an hour 45 minutes, guys.
Yes, because now I'm going to buy this and play with Rob.
Woo!
All right, so we ending it.
Yes, we are ending it because I am purchasing.
All right, so thank you everybody for tuning in. This is Dad Like Gaming, and we will see you next week.
Have fun, guys.
Bye.
Peace.